The big dog made his big return on Monday Night Raw, but he could not deliver a big rating as Raw only went up 0.1 million viewers. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. Roman Reigns, the original Tribal Chief one. He is back with another catchphrase, with another t-shirt, with another replica title belt, charging $600 for something that looks like absolute shit. But I'll tell you something else that was shit, and that is the Raw rating. Yes, despite the return of Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, all those nicknames, all those catchphrases that he's got, those monikers, you name it, he's got them. But what he's not got what The Rock had, the millions and millions of fans tuning in, because this week's Raw, for the 14th of July, did a 2.7 million global viewership, and that's only 0.1 up from last week's. And last week's was obviously a 2.6. So that's 100,000 viewers in the space of a 7-day period. It's not even like a SmackDown where you had to watch it live. That is 100,000 people over a 7-day period in America, in Canada, Mexico, Europe, the UK, Australia. You know, I don't know if India's got Netflix yet, but if they do, then good for them as well. But, you know, that is such a small number, and I'm not going to sit here and say that Roman Reigns isn't somewhat a draw. I'm not going to sit here and say that nobody cares about Roman Reigns or he doesn't bring in viewers compared to the average guy, because he does. But we're just seeing here that overall, the Roman Reigns clips might be good, and they are. There's no doubt about that. But the overall viewership for Raw is still garbage, no matter really who turns up.
But that's a key thing, right? See, as good as Roman Reigns' numbers are in the clips, which we'll get to, millions and millions. What are you more likely to watch, the clip or the show? Why would you watch the show to get to Roman Reigns when you can go on YouTube and click on the clip? And it's the same with Cena and guys like that.
Yeah, now here, you could make the argument that these guys aren't good enough to make people watch the entire show, and that people only care enough about Roman Reigns to watch his one clip on YouTube rather than watch a full 2.5 hour show just to see what happens with him. But, you know, as much as we could blame Roman Reigns for that, do we not blame WWE for that more, and we blame the booking and the program and the product? Because, see, back in the day, Austin wasn't one and done, right? Austin was intertwined throughout the show. The Rock was intertwined throughout the show. You had these guys in multiple segments, and they pretty much wrestled every week. So Austin and Rock would have like a match every week, but they would also have promos. Normally, one of them opened the show. They'd have backstage promos. They maybe would even get in a fight backstage, get in a brawl backstage. They had multiple segments, so if you wanted to watch Austin and Rock, you kind of had to watch the full show, because those guys were, you know, filtered throughout the entire show, whereas Roman Reigns, for example, is one and done. See, with Roman Reigns, you probably know, alright, main event. Even if you were going to watch Raw, you're like, well, I don't need to watch the first 2 hours and 15 minutes, because Roman Reigns ain't going to appear. He's only going to come out right at the end. Whereas back in the day, the stars were used throughout the show multiple times. And I think that's another reason why the ratings suck, because people know now. It's like, yeah, John Cena, do I need to watch SmackDown to see John Cena, or do I just need to watch the one clip that WWE upload because he's one and done?
Yeah, and considering these ratings are over the week, that goes away compared to just the Live USA Network rating that we used to have in the past. What you could do is you could have Roman Reigns appear 5 times throughout your show, but only upload 2 or 3 of the clips.
Yeah, and then to see the rest of the
people to watch it.
That would be a smart thing to do, but
they don't know smart.
They ain't got it. So, I mean, yeah, do I blame people for just checking out the Roman Reigns clip rather than watching the full show? No, I don't.
No.
Because you ain't missing out on nothing.
It's like NXT, folks. Undertaker was on it. We watched the clip. I think I watched the full show to get to him.
Definitely not. But anyway, let's get into it then. So, the OCT is back. Roman Reigns makes his epic return on Raw. It's got 4.8 million views 8 days ago. You can slice it and dice it whatever way you want, but that's a really good number there for Roman Reigns coming back. And I get it, he's making his return, so it does feel a bit special. It's not like he's going to get 4.8 million every time he shows up, but at the same time, it's almost like half the times when you see Roman Reigns, he is making a return.
Yeah.
Because he only really shows up for a couple of shows, then he disappears for 6 months. So, I mean, it is almost like 50% of the time you see Roman Reigns is kind of like a return.
But they're forced returns. Back in the day, it was only going to be a return if you were written off with a storyline.
Or an injury.
Yeah, and Roman Reigns ain't. He just disappears. I need to look after my kids.
Being a house husband.
Yeah, I know.
Honestly, that promo from this last week's Raw was very cringe, man. I mean, upset about Paul Heyman because he's got a friend. You were friends with Punk. And then talking about going home to be a stay-at-home dad to raise the future bloodline. What a fucking loser.
Him being friends with Punk is like Reigns being friends with Zayn and him helping out the bloodline. Because he ain't in the bloodline.
Absolutely, right. Second place, full segment, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky to challenge Naomi at SummerSlam. 1.1 million. It pains me to say it, right? And I don't think she does well in numbers. Now, people are going to say she done well here. I think it's more of a combination of just seeing a brand new champion and people are checking out. But see, when you're watching Raw and Rhea Ripley's music hits, like the crowd do react.
No, they do. For whatever reason, they absolutely do, but full segments tend to draw as well. 1.1 million, no surprise. You could put full segment in front of Johnny Gargano, man, he'd fucking draw.
Right, well, I don't know if it got that far. Like, are you looking forward to this match at SummerSlam?
No.
Alright, let me rephrase that. Do you think this match has got potential to be decent at SummerSlam?
Yeah.
Right, that's what I meant.
Because all you're doing is taking out Belair and putting in Naomi.
There's fuck all we're looking forward to at SummerSlam. Let's keep it real here.
I know. I couldn't care less.
But yeah, no, I think this could be a decent match. But I've no doubt the feud will be, the build will be shocking. But yeah, it's a good job. Maybe they've only got another Raw to go. I wouldn't be surprised next week, right? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if these three actually don't interact at all and they build up this triple threat match with like a promo package.
Backstage interview.
Because that's what they did with Io Sky and Rhea Ripley going into Evolution. Like, remember the Raw? Remember the Go Home show though? It was like the last chance to get you to care, the last chance to get you to buy the pay-per-view. You'd always get like a confrontation. Maybe it would get physical. Maybe they'd be in a tag team match against in opposing corners or something like that.
Yep.
See now, it's like the closer they get to the pay, it's almost like the less they try. Oh, it's the last week. We'll just put a couple of clips together and make you a wee highlights package here.
It's just crap, man. There's just nothing creative about it. Tragic state of affairs. I mean, we're not talking about why they're not sticking Cody Rhodes and Cena in a tag match against, the two, like Punk and Gunther or something like that. We're talking about women.
Yeah, I'm going to be completely honest. See, going into Mania 17, see the Raw before it and the SmackDown before it, I actually can't remember what they done with Rock and Austin.
I'll tell you.
But I tell you what, I fucking guarantee you on my life that Austin and Rock were on the show and they weren't just sitting at home and they didn't just air a wee highlights package.
Well, the Raw before, it was the Brothers of Destruction against Rock and Austin. And Triple H came out with a sledgehammer and battered Taker. And Austin got the pin.
Well, there you go. And I also remember Deborah being involved in the whole storyline. I just can't remember like the actual last show, but point is, they did something with them. They used that last show to further the build, get into the Mania, and
also,
no
else happened on those fucking on that Raw. Angle and Edge and Christian against the Hardys and Benoit. And you know what else happened? Shane bought WCW. Just minor stuff, Shit stuff. Who cares about it?
Anyway, speaking of shit stuff, up next in the clips was CM Punk wins the gauntlet match to challenge Gunther at SummerSlam, 933k. So this is third. Didn't break the million barrier. CM Punk wins the gauntlet.
It's still a decent number though. I mean, it could be higher. I mean, you could argue it should be higher. Should they just have uploaded the gauntlet match as one full thing? I think that's the correct way of doing it. I think putting up like 5 separate matches is shit.
Well, this was the gauntlet thing that drew the most anyway. So, fourth spot, we've got Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman taunting Gunther. That's got 599k. Thoughts on it?
Again, this is just... I mean, they taunt Gunther. I'm actually sick of Gunther, man.
What a shite title.
I know, taunt. They just came out, man, and Braun Breaker moved his nips and Gunther moved his through his suit jacket. I mean, what's there to say? Gunther's so bad. I don't know why this guy's champion, man. Again.
Yeah.
How can anyone like Gunther? See, as much as I think Brett's overrated, how can anyone compare this guy to Brett? Dirty stinking eye,
Dirty stinking Austrian. Or whatever it is. Anyway, good stuff.
Blue-haired fucking mess. How about that?
Right. Fifth place, we have Dominic Mysterio helps Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez defeat the Kabuki Warriors. The Kabuki Warriors! Aye, 384k, fifth place, boom. Judgment Day. Not quite last, but not quite first.
Rhea.
Any thoughts
I've
here?
got nothing to add,
Nothing
man.
to add,
Honestly, I
listen.
tried to Finn Balor voice and I just felt.
Well, let's move on to clip number 6 then. Stephanie Fakir helps Nikki Bella against Chelsea Green in the Secret Service. 363k.
So is Nikki Bella just done?
Looks that way, doesn't it? Well, she wasn't there last week.
She's
right?
doing a podcast with Cody
Oh,
Rhodes.
part-time
So
schedule.
how was beating your husband, Nikki? That's plenty.
Yeah, I mean, she must need to come back, get some of that money to pay off her husband, pay all that child support.
Could you imagine? Well, it just wouldn't happen. But see if it was a man beating his wife in the big 2025, they would not be coming back to WWE to make money.
No, definitely not. They'd be getting criticised there, damn it. Right, what are we on? 6, right. 7th spot, we have Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker, number 1 contenders gauntlet match, 319k.
Jay, no much of a draw, is he? I mean, that is Diddy numbers there, like.
It's not great, is it?
They pop for him, but do you think Jey Uso's running the main event?
Done.
Do you believe so?
I think it's gone now. I would be willing to bet decent money that Jey Uso will not be a world champion again.
One and done?
I think so. I believe that within the next 5 years, we're going to see a lot of one and done champions because just with Triple H and this new style of booking where the title reigns last forever. I think we're going to. I don't think I thought Gunther was going to be a one and done.
I think as long as Gunther's champion, Jey Uso will not win it.
Yeah, but
I don't think he'll win it again. I agree with you, but yeah, one and done. And that pleases me. That's one thing that actually pleases me about modern shitey wrestling is the lack of actual title reigns. Someone like a Jey Uso and Gunther, they're never going to get to a Cena.
And they don't deserve to, so.
No.
8th spot, LA Knight versus Braun Breaker, number 1 contenders, gauntlet match continues, 284k. Listen, I like LA Knight, but I just don't think, he calls himself the megastar. He's when it comes to the numbers, he's never really shown it.
Where is LA Knight? Wasn't he on that Raw last night?
Is he not a
the other
SmackDown guy, or?
He's been appearing on Raw though. He wasn't on SmackDown, I believe.
I just don't think LA Knight's a ratings guy.
Also, no, he's not. But see this whole gimmick though.
Although, it'd be hard to hold that against him because who fucking is?
Not true. But see this whole gimmick that Seth Rollins' injuries at work. Well, why not push LA Knight off the back yet?
Well, maybe he's getting, although I was going to say maybe he's getting punished. It'd be hard to punish him. It wasn't his fault. Fucking.
But if it's to work.
Yeah, well, true.
If it's to work, why punish him? It's not real.
Yeah, 9th spot, we have Penta versus Braun Breaker. Gauntlet match, 250k. So Penta, the lowest feud gauntlet match clip. Can't say I'm surprised. This guy and Rey Fenix, I said it, they'd be bums. You know, Penta lasted a little bit longer because he's got like a more unique kind of entrance and appearance and attire than Rey Fenix. But make no mistake about it, both of these lucha brothers, lucha jobbers, they are mid-card jobbers at the end of the day.
Why is Braun Breaker the B-side of every match in the gauntlet?
Not too sure, but it's like...
Especially against Penta.
That is disgusting. Lyra Valkyria wins the right to challenge Becky Lynch at SummerSlam in 10th place with 174k. I mean, that's a shite number. But I mean, Becky Lynch, I know she's not in the match, but she's in the fucking title. See if two people were facing each other to challenge Austin at SummerSlam. The fuse would be there because there'd be an intrigue. Because people care about Austin. Nobody cares about Becky Lynch. And last but not least, we have 11th spot, last place, Karrion Kross relishes in recent attacks on Sami Zayn. 140k. 140k.
Give me a shell, yeah.
Karrion Kross fought someone 140k.
That's where he belongs. Down the bottom, down the back of the sofa. Shite. 2.7 million. Expected more for Big Dog, but see, this is like one of their last rolls of the dice. What else can they do to get a rating?
Not a lot. I mean, this seems to be it.
Yeah, and it's got 2.7.
So, are we at the point now, right? Apart from potentially like Cena's retirement, and they advertise Cena's farewell, Cena's goodbye on Raw. See, apart from that, are we at the stage now where the only thing that can draw on Raw is a Rock appearance?
Probably.
No, could we see a situation? What would it take for Raw to go over 3 million? Because this,
Probably
listen,
need like an Austin.
no,
Wouldn't
but
it?
this show had Roman Reigns, right, returning, and it also had a gauntlet match. Now, you can say what you want, but a gauntlet match to determine the number one contender for the world title, that's about as
With
good.
CM Punk in it.
That's about as important a match that WWE Raw has gave you.
In years, feels like.
Yeah, especially for the world title.
Yeah.
Now I know what people are going to say, but they've gave you actual world title match. Aye, but they gave you world title matches with fucking Gunther and Sami Zayn, Damien Priest. They don't count. You know what I mean?
They don't count.
An actual gauntlet match with CM Punk in it, and then Roman Reigns' return. This should have done more than 2
After
points.
it, exactly.
And it just goes up 0.1. What would need to happen for this to go up to 3 million?
No, but there's a scenario where
honestly,
but there's a scenario where Roman Reigns doesn't come back and that Raw doesn't have a gauntlet match. It's just a shitey throwaway tag match. Would it have done much worse?
No, probably does 2.6 or 2.5.
Yeah, so
No, that's what I'm saying. What does Raw need to do to get 3 million? I think either it's a John Cena retirement show, or the Rock gets to come back and he's like, I want the title. Rock challenges for the title on Raw or something. Why not give us that?
come on, Dwayne.
Anyway, guys, 2.7. Let us know your thoughts down below. Will Raw ever see the magical 3 again? Fucking sad, man. Can't even get 3 million across the entire world in a 7-day period. Pathetic. Till next time. Peace.